Good evening, Principal Sir, Ma'am, teachers. This is a small video I'm making towards SOP of using Google Form, which we are required for making questionnaires. It can be a MCQ, it can be a short answer type, it can be a descriptive. Now, before we start to actually use it, or before I start to show you how it is, a small information about Google Form. It is not just a platform to create MCQs or for online test or GK, but it is a form which is used all over in every field. Like an example, whenever we are filling a bank account forms, or we are going for passport office for making passports, we have to go through different um, pages of the forms, not like a quiz question, but these are the forms which we are required to fill in our descriptive informations. It can be used for making invitation cards, form types things, and many more. Let's just start it. I'll just share my screen. Uh, Teachers, there are two ways in which we can log into the Google form. Either directly go to Google and type Google form. Leave the first option, go to the second one. And I have signed it in through from my Gmail account. You people can also sign in through your Gmail accounts only. From once you start it in, they'll ask you to sign up using your Gmail account. Another way around is just simply go to a Chrome and a Google page, and can you see at the left hand side corner you can see apps. Just click on these apps and you will have all the applications which are being serviced by Google for us. Here we have slides, web stores, sites, documents, Google Drive, sheets, forms. Just small information for you. Slides are used for making presentations, which we can even use it for on our mobiles. Docs its work is just like a Word file. You can use it on your mobile phone as well. Drive, as everybody knows it. Sheets is nothing but like your Excel sheets, and here it is our Google form. See, here you can just have an overview of forms. This is the first web page of the Google form, where it gives me templates like blank presentation, contact information. If I want to just create a form to have all the contact details of my, let's take an example. I want all the contact details of my students. So I am, yes. So we can see here we have blank presentations. We can go for party invitations and event registration forms and all, which we have to send it to multiple peoples together and even keep a record of it. As of now, let's start basically with a blank form. And yes, this is how initial stage of the Google form looks like. I'll just take you towards each key of this particular form. It is untitled. I can give any title for this particular form, plus give a description. I'll just take it as a GK quiz. Okay, and I can write whatever mild description, or this is a science GK or anything, or it is general social questions. Whatever is coming to my mind, I'm right now telling. Okay, so, and I have many options here. See, I have at the left hand side, at the right hand side, I have few options. Just read it. First one is add a question. Obviously, I want to add a question, so I can go for it. import a question. I can import a question from outside. Imagine I have already prepared a questionnaire outside. From there, I want to import it here. This is as usual, adding a title and descriptions, adding an image to your question paper, adding a video to your question paper, and making different sections. Now, when I talk about different sections, it means first page, second page, third page. See, when we solve any question, it keeps going to the next page. It will ask, many of a time we have seen whenever we are filling any website questionnaire, so it asks us to go for next page. It will have a tab called next. So we have to click to the next so that it goes to the next page. So this section will add a next page to it. And as usual, questions over here. Responses is a place wherein if I have sent a questionnaire to the students, whatever the responses I get back, it gets recorded here. Here it is all the themes and colors. We can just see about it in a later place. This is a preview button, wherein how my question paper will look like to the students can be previewed here. Here are some settings. I can set, when I click on the settings, these are the stuffs I have. General setting, it says collect an email addresses. Imagine, like I got many responses from all of them, and I want to have their email ID. See, basically when I do it to collect email addresses, and why do we do it is because sometimes, like example, whenever any musical contest happens, so they restrict you people that from one ID only one vote can be put in. So there they ask you IDs, email IDs, so that only one vote is being accepted. It is just generally that kind of a concept, saying that an email address you get, and you can just require limit one response. So from one email ID, only one responses. As we and students, we don't want all these things, so just leave it off. Respondents can edit after submission. So we do not check in this one, because if they edit it, then we will not have a proper response. In the sense, once they submit the form, they can actually edit it back again. They can recorrect the question answers which they have submitted. See the summary chart and text responses. Yes, we can check this one in. We can have a summary chart at the end, plus whatever text responses they have given to us can be visible for us. Now about presentation, this show progress bar is not needed for anybody, so we generally don't bother about it. Shuffle question orders. If at all a question is being taken again and again by the users or something, we can shuffle the question order, like one question can go for 10th place, 10 questions. So it depends if we want that kind of thing, or different users will have the questions at different number. Imagine I am taking a question, and for me it is a sequence like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If some other one person is like my fifth, that fifth question will appear for them on the first one. It's about shuffling. Show link to the show link to submit another responses. Obviously we keep it as checked in. Confirmation message, I can just type it. Once the test has been taken, I can just say test finished or anything, and I can just save it. Quizzes, it is used if I want to make this question paper as a quiz, online quiz, instead of a question paper I am submitting and all. So here is where I can just check in immediately after each submissions. So this is a settings wherein it says immediately after each submission, in the sense after the question answer sheets are submitted by the students to the teachers, they can immediately see their scores, whatever they have submitted. Second thing, later after manual review, or otherwise they can just wait for us to respond them when we review it. So when we are typing MCQs, or we have put in the correct answers in the questionnaires only, then we can just go for this option called immediately after each submissions. Respondent can see missed questions, correct answers, points, values. See, when we put in, eventually you'll see it when we are framing a question paper, we will be giving points, like for this answer this much points, this answer this much points. So in that way, the points values happens. They also should get to know how much marks they have scored. And correct answers, yes, we have to take in. Missed questions, even if they have missed any questions, then they can go back and check in again that after submissions and all. So we put in correct for correct answers, and these things will be, the respondents can see missed question, correct answers, and point view values. It will appear to them only after they submit the test paper. While while the test is happening, they cannot see any correct answers which we have actually feeded into the question paper. So I'll just save this. This is the way we use these kind of settings. Now let's just start it up. I'm going to make it in a 2 pages, wherein I want the student's name and details, few details, plus the questionnaire. So what I'll do, I'll just start it up like this. Now you can see one more here. It's an image, this one question. If I have, for this, you have to take a picture of the question and keep it ready on your computer documents or anywhere in the computer's memory. And then you can import it from there and put your questions. Like if you don't want to waste your time in typing, you have already taken pictures from here and there, you can do it. Instead, you can even type it directly, this questions. Now let's see what is hidden over here. See, these are the different options available here. This is short answer type. If you are creating a questionnaire wherein you want to have a short answer type question paper, you can go for these things. Paragraph types. Now multiple choice, checkbox. Now what is multiple choice is like if you are giving a question and having 4 options for it. Okay, so here a student can just select one option. But when it comes to checkbox, maybe like in a questions like how many languages do you know? So it's not for this MCQ quiz questions. Mostly if we ask the question like how many languages do you know? I might know 2-3 languages together. Or how many options are correct in the above questions. So they can be multiple check boxes. So for that kind of questions, we use check boxes. Now drop down, yes. Whenever we ask a question like which city you belong to, and I'll give 10 options. 10, instead of they typing the answers, I only have given 10 options for them. In that they have to select it. Or which is the biggest continent in the world. So I give 10 options there. It works like a drop down option. From there, they have to select the options. Now file uploads. What do you mean by file uploads is, imagine you are asking a student to upload maybe a project they might have done in the quiz questions. So at the end, you might be asking them to make a drawing and upload the picture of the drawing. So I can just use this one option, frame a question for the student saying that I have asked them to draw the picture of a plant. Okay, different parts of plant it has to show me. So the student will draw, take a picture and upload it for corrections. Linear scales, multiple choice grid, check boxes and all. We'll see it later. As of now, we don't need it because this video will become a little bigger. Dates and times in a later this one. I'll just start it here. My first question will be, who is the Prime Minister of India? This is my question. The first option is Gandhi ji. I'll give another option, Nehru ji. Third option, Modi ji. And fourth option, Sonia ji. Random question, teachers, please spare me for these. I have set a question now. I've already set a question now. So if I want, like, imagine sometimes we give a question saying that are there answers correct? If not, if you want to add another one, like you just will give a space for another so that they can write. Maybe some students might have Gandhi ji, Nehru ji, Modi ji or Sonia ji, they might write, they want to have Rahul Gandhi, they might think Rahul Gandhi is the Prime Minister. So they can just write the answer over there. I'm just giving a space, extra space for them so that they can write whatever comes to their mind. Now here comes answer key and points. So what I'm going to do, I'll click on answer key. Whatever correct answer is there, for that I'm giving a point 1 at the right hand side. And then I am checking the correct answer. And this is Modi. And I am for every, this is like usually we go for MCQs or quiz questions in online, sorry. So they give, oops, wrong answer, try again. For the correct answer, they write it as congratulations. This is extra perks which have been added for Google Form to make it more attractive. So imagine I want to write it as oops for the wrong answer. They have done it, and congratulations for the correct. Congratulations. That's it. For the correct answer, and I'll save it. And my question is ready. So I have an option called here done. I'll just click on done. So my first question is ready. And now I will add another question. Which state does, to which state does DAV Korean Yan Mandir belongs to? Again, my options are Karnataka, Telangana, Orissa, and Tamil Nadu. Okay. This is the way I am putting it across. Again, I'll put the answer key to this one. For the correct answer, 1 point. Karnataka, I've added again, I'm adding this one for this. Oops. And congrats. And I'm keeping it saved here. And I'm doing it as done. So let's just see, I've just prepared 2 question paper. Okay, I want to go here. I want to make a section here so that it divides. So after my first page, I want to make a section wherein they give me details. Now I'll just say name of the student. Then I'm going to add a question, another question. Okay, or I'll just write it as student detail. And my question will be name of the student. It is going to be a shorter answer type, obviously. So the name of the students, and then I'm adding one more question here. Class. So this will also be a short answer type. Then I'm asking roll number. That's it. And here again, I want to make a section. And this will be my quiz section. So I'm just doing quiz starts. And now this is my questionnaire ready. Let's see how my questionnaire looks like. I'll just take a preview. Yes, see, I have divided my sections. First one, GK quizzes, general social questions I've asked. Then here, because I have added a section, this particular option is given to me called next. When I click here, it gives me options called name of the students and class, roll number. And then when I go for the next one, this is my quiz section, wherein all I have to answer it. Fine. I just want to come back here. Now, one thing I wanted to tell you here, one more thing I wanted to add in. Let's just come here. There's one option called required. So when I click on this, when I keep it on checked, when I keep it on, this particular section has to be answered to go for the next page. Just like a star mark, it gives that star mark to that particular section. So without giving a password, you cannot go for the next page, or without answering this particular question, you cannot go to the next page. Such kind of thing only. This is there. So even for this one, I want the class to be required. Roll numbers also I wanted to get required. One more additional things you can see over here, it is a number. Whenever it comes to roll number, computer has, it's a artificial intelligence in the computer. It has understood that it is a roll number. So it can be a number. Or if you want it to be character, like you want any number to be written in alphabetical things, you can just select it as text. So if a student is writing roll number 1, ONE1, so they can use it. Otherwise, if it is mentioned as number or anything, only numbers can be fed into it. If anybody writes some text, it will not accept it. It goes the same way for classes also. You can have all those things, and even for the names also. So let me see a preview of it again for you people. Yes, it's the next. Can you see a star mark added, teachers? So I have to answer these fields, and then only I can go for it. Let's just start. So it says Premlata, fifth, roll number 22. Next, who is the Prime Minister? I'm just taking a test. Very difficult questions. Who is the Prime Minister of India? Modi ji, Gandhi ji. Okay, it might be Modi ji. Where does DAV Orient Gyan Mandir belongs to? It belongs to Telangana. Though I know it is Karnataka, I'm just trying to this. I'm submitting it up. This is how my how the paper will look for the students, and after finishing, see, I had given a note for them, test finished, and now they can just see, view the scores. See, this is how the response paper comes to us also. Name of the student, Premlata, class 5, roll number this one. Yes, I had given already Modi ji as correct answer. So it gave me a feedback like saying congratulations. Telangana, it's a wrong answer. The correct answer is Karnataka. So feedback is oops. And I have my score here among 1 by 2. An answer is correct in the 2 questions. Let's get back to our Google form where we started. See here. Teachers, it is giving me one response because I took up a test now. So it is giving me a response. And response of my test is 2 points. The questionnaire was for 2 points, and how much I scored or any student will score, it will give in a graph. So you can have a look over here, and the students' details and my question paper is over in front of you people. And one benefit over here is you can see a green color sheet. So if imagine 10-20 students have together given a test for you people. So one thing, it becomes a little tedious job, though we have to do it. It becomes a tedious job for us to keep a record. Here is an option given by Google Forms called Excel sheets. So whoever imagine 10, 20, 30 students have taken up the test and they are sending the responses. So if I click on that particular spreadsheet and I just create it, an Excel sheet is prepared by default by the Google form for us. It says this particular date and time the test was been taken, what was the score of the particular student, it was 1 by 2, who took it up, the name is given, class is given, roll number is given, what was the question and what the answer was being given by the student, what was the question and what was the answer given by the student, and we can save it for ourselves. I hope this is a basic way. If you want it like a quiz type, you can go for a quiz type. Otherwise, you don't want it to be like a quiz type. You just want to be having it like a questionnaire. You do go for settings and quizzes. Don't select it as a quizzes and leave it. It will go like a questionnaire for the students. And one more thing, teachers. For the responses, questions we have typed. What was I doing? Review button. Okay, that's it. I hope this video is of any help, or if any clarity is needed further, we can all have a discussion. I'm also learning with you all, so just help me out with you too to learn it further more. And yeah, sorry, I was forgetting this one. Okay, how do we send it to the students? I was like wondering what is what. Now here we have an option called send. When I click on send, this particular screen comes to me. So I can just ask for the collecting email addresses. It will give an option for the students. I can send it to the through the email IDs, or I can click on links. So here is the link for this particular test paper which I've created, and this is a big link. So if you want to shorten it, you can just click on this, shorten the URL link, and now you can copy this particular link and post it in your email ID, and or you can post it in your WhatsApp group and send it, and they can just directly click on that and they'll come on our quiz paper. Thank you, teachers. I became a little lengthier. I'm sorry about it.